It is time for Any Given Saturday. Penn State and Texas, your preseason number 1 and number 2 teams. Both out of the top 25 this week. Just like pause. Pause and think about that. Pause. Penn
5
State,
weeks in, out.
Texas, number 1, number 2. Out.
The guy and the teams with the returning quarterbacks.
Correct.
Guys that were like, I kept hearing, well, Rob, you said it, that, well, all these scouts are here to watch Arch Manning. And I'm like, wait. What?
Yeah, that was week 1 in Columbus.
Yeah. And then obviously Drew Aller has been he's had good games, but in the big ones, he hasn't.
No, he's not there. So Penn State, they fell to previously winless UCLA, 42-37. Texas, they go to the swamp. They lose to a floundering Florida team, 29-21. As we mentioned, both are out of the top 25. What is next for each program? By the way, let me start with this. I refuse to believe that Texas and Penn State are not top 20 teams. Okay, I know they're not in the top 25 this week, but I refuse to believe that. I understand the big fall off the cliff due to what has happened all season and what transpired on Saturday. But, Coach, these rosters, these coaches are too damn good to not be top 20 teams.
No, but this is going to go one of two ways. It's not going to be medium. They're either going to fall off the cliff and it's going to be an embarrassment for both places, or they'll fight back. And I can't tell you, I don't know the locker rooms. This is Ohio State lost a horrific game against the Wolverines last year, and they had some grown men in the locker room flip it and turn it around. You saw Florida State 2 years ago have an awful locker room, and as a result, they were an embarrassment to their school. So I don't think it will happen. I'm guessing at the end of the year, it'll be a 8-9 win for each of these teams, and they'll go to some bowl game and try to go again. But Penn State followed the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. The players said, we're going to come back. We have unfinished business. There's a bunch of dudes. Both those tailbacks could be playing in the NFL right now, and they said, we're coming back. And as a result, they get on a plane, and that was first time in 45 years, the Big Ten Network told me that a team in the top 10 lost to an 0-14. Think about that.
Coach, they come off a tough loss, overtime loss in Oregon. Then you go on the road and lay an egg. Like, we've been talking about Penn State. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They're not even doing that right now. Like, this is...
Well, here's a question, Mark, and Rob, too. So Drew Aller is going to be a person of contention here. Every game they've lost, the ball ends in his hands. Remember Oregon? He threw in the triple coverage in overtime.
Yeah.
After doing a great job scoring, going down the field and scoring twice. And then they do a run play with them that I still, on 4th and 2, 4th and 3 against UCLA, I ran that play back 25 times trying to find out exactly what went wrong there. And Coach Franklin said they missed a block. It was a tough block. The number 2 receiver, Mark, had to block a guy that was coming. I mean, that was a tough block and got hit right in the face. And Penn State walked off.
So maybe don't call that play.
Well, I just haven't been.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I just haven't been a believer of Drew Aller, Coach. Like, everyone says the measurables, everyone says the arm talent. I just have not seen it come to fruition on the football field. The one common denominator of the last 3 seasons at Penn State is he's been the quarterback. So, I mean, he has all this talent and all this ability, but I have not seen it come to fruition yet for Penn State. That's one of the reasons they have not beat Ohio State or Michigan or Oregon this year. Is I don't think he has had tremendous help on the outsides. You know what I mean? They have the running backs.
Couple years running, right?
Yes.
The thin at wide receiver. They have not upgraded that position.
It's not always his fault, but your
they've
quarterback.
Had some pretty good tight ends, though. Let me tell you
when you're that guy at the quarterback position, you elevate your level of play and you elevate the level of players around you. And I just haven't seen Drew Aller develop into that guy who Penn State needs him to be.
Let's be honest. This was a game that we should not have been watching, right? When we all got on the plane after Michigan took care of Wisconsin, I was like the one who's just like, hey, let's just kind of check in on Penn State, right? How are they doing? I'm like, they're down what?
Yeah.
They're still down what? And all of a sudden, all of us on the plane are watching that game. This should have been a nothing game. Instead, Penn State let Oregon beat them 2 weeks in a row. I am convinced about that. Oregon took them down last week, and the carryover, the hangover, traveled with them to the West Coast,
Yep.
and they laid an absolute egg. And it's because of performances like that, and we talked about James Franklin last week, has Penn State and James Franklin hit that ceiling. Listen, I think there's a lot of Penn State fans and alums out there who are very appreciative of what James Franklin has done for them. But I think that ceiling, he keeps smacking it
keep
right
hitting
now.
his head on it.
Bam, bam. This is only as good as we can get. And this good is really good.
Yeah.
This good is
It's really good.
Really
I mean, in the second half,
good.
Penn State was clearly the better team. But you lose to Oregon, you make a West Coast travel, you come out, you
Don't
start
give me that West
lackadaisical.
Coast travel stuff.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that BS. That's
Well, you do.
That's what the conference is right now, right?
It
Hey,
doesn't
West Coast
matter.
teams got to come
That's
Midwest
what
and
happened
kick
to
off
them.
early. That's what you
happened
signed up
to them.
for.
They felt bad. They felt sorry for themselves off an overtime loss. You travel to the West Coast, think you're just gonna wake up and beat a winless team in UCLA. You start slow. Now you're down 27-7 at the half. You come out in the second half. You're the better team in the second half, but it's too late. You won you go 14-7 in the third quarter, 16-8 in the fourth quarter, but it was too late. You didn't have enough to come back. So, man, I'm sorry.
And
Penn State.
I watched that film in depth, the game on depth for the Big Ten Network this weekend. Nico, I told after that performance, invite him to New York for the Heisman. I'm just kidding. But I mean,
been waiting for that all year.
his
by the
talent, my God, he made them look silly. He ran for well over 100 yards, and it was phenomenal.
28 and 3 TDs.
If you had no idea and just watching it like I did, UCLA was by far the best team, Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, and here I'm going to say this too, and I hope this gets out there. This tells the media, the fans, and most importantly, young coaches, when you start bitching about your players, calm down. You know what? UCLA's got bad players. Bull.
Right.
Go watch the film. They have really good players there. For some reason, they weren't playing good now. But that's where you got to look yourself in the mirror as a coach and say, hey, why aren't they playing good? It's so easy for people, and I get so pissed off when I used to hear my coaches do it. Well, this guy's not very good. Bull. He's a good player. He's wearing a UCLA uniform. That means he was good somewhere. It's your job as a coach to find it. And I'll tell you what, Neuheisel's son and Skipper, I believe, the interim. Yeah. I mean, absolutely
cool
hats off for that. I mean, because they played their ass off, Mark, in that game.
Yes, they did. Yep, they did. They came with it, man. They came out, they started fast, and they balled out, man. And Nico Iamaleava, the man who was the forgotten man, the poster child of what not to be, he showed you what he truly can be and the capabilities and his abilities. It was on full display last weekend on Saturday. But
I just want to wrap up Penn State, guys, and I want one more comment from you both before we get to Texas. So here's Penn State right now, 3-2, 0-2 in the Big Ten. Okay. All right. The good thing, they return home this weekend. They've got Northwestern, and then they go at Iowa, tricky, bye week at Ohio State. Remember, these byes fell right in line for them. Bye before Oregon, bye before Ohio State. How much do I have to buy that, right? Like 100% thank you. This schedule is a gift to Penn State. Three preseason games, right, Coach?
Yeah,
and then
awful.
a bye week. And then Oregon. All right. So there's no excuse in the schedule front. After Ohio State, Indiana. So there's your 2 ranked remaining teams left for Penn State. Give them losses. That's 4 conference losses if we're going to give them those 2 losses. And I'm not right now, but I'm just saying it. Then it's at Michigan State versus Nebraska, at Rutgers.